What's up, y'all? We got a ban list. Gonna jump in with a live reaction here in just a sec. I am gonna stick around for a couple minutes though afterwards and talk about some channel updates, so feel free to stick around for that. All good stuff. I'm on this screen because I'm hoping this will populate because, okay, it didn't. I like doing the scrolling thing. It's definitely more climactic, but that's okay. We'll jump in here instead. I will say also apologies. I'm getting over some allergies, so hopefully I can get through this without sneezing, but I have not played a single iota of Yu-Gi-Oh! In this format, which I actually think is going to make this reaction much more fun to see how off base my takes are or how close I can get to the correct one. But anyway, let's jump in. I've already seen Link Karibo. Everything else is new to me, though. So at first glance, I don't like this hit. I still don't think I do, even though I've had like 5 minutes to think about it. I'm assuming this got banned for its interactions with Poplar, and to me, card design philosophy wise, I guess you could say, or ban list philosophy wise, I've always been a fan of hitting the problem card if you can identify it, rather than hitting the cards around the problem card or cards that enable or exacerbate the problem card. And Link Karibo's been out for a long time. It's been a very good card for a long time, but I don't really see it as a problem. But if it's banned with its interaction with Poplar, then that to me tells me Poplar is the problem card and not Link Karibo. I like the idea of having a generic Link 1 around like Link Karibo. It doesn't do anything crazy on its own, right? It just, blanks an attack and can recur itself, which is cool. But I do understand them not wanting to hit Poplar because it is, a linchpin of the best deck. It's an engine piece. Link Karibo is just a generic card, so maybe the lesser of two evils in that sense. And I guess it could, limit some future card design in the sense that if they print level 1s with effects when sent to grave, then Link Karibo is always a potential abuser of those effects. But I think overall, I still don't like it because I'm not really a fan of the Snake Eye deck anyway. So, I'm gonna have a negative opinion of this and hold that. Moving on, Baronne de Fleur. Totally cool with this. Card's crazy, does a lot, negates, pops, big monster, can summon other monsters in the standby, puts itself back to be summoned again. Really good card, not upset at all to see it gone. Kind of same thing with Borreload Savage Dragon. It's not as good of a card as Baronne, but it's still very good, very big, multiple negates on it. And I think card design philosophy, this is where that comes in. If you've heard me talk about it before, then you've heard this, but I think one of Konami's biggest mistakes is putting all of these effects on these gigantic monsters, right? It's different if you have a negate that has like 0 attack and can't pressure offensively, but these cards can, and they negate, they're offensive, they're defensive, they can just do everything. So definitely cool seeing that gone. Summon limit as well. I don't think anyone's going to really complain too much about more floodgates getting the axe. I did think this was one of the, I guess you could argue, more fair because it's not very good into an established board, but if you flip summon limit going first, I mean, it's pretty much just an auto win if your opponent can't out it. So I think overall definitely cool with that, but hitting all these floodgates I do think is pushing Yu-Gi-Oh! Even more into this combo centric, control stun is kind of phasing out. Although I did hear runic stun is pretty good right now, so maybe not as much, but yeah, overall I think negative on Link Karibo, but I like Baronne, I like Borreload Savage, and I guess I'd say I like Summon Limit too. So 3 for 4 on the bans. Limited, okay, cover card, cool. Kieran, love this. Kieran was a big part of the first meta deck that I ever really took to a regional in Metal Foes, and the card is pretty crazy. It's an untargetable, indestructible bounce. I don't think this is something that's going to warp the meta by any stretch of the imagination, so definitely think that's cool to come back, but definitely a nice toy, especially with the new Magispector stuff as well. Okay, Arch Nemesis Protoss. That is the one from Sword Soul, right? I don't know that I like that card coming back with its, continuous type floodgate effect, so probably negative there. Tidal, Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls. Yeah, I think Tidal can come back. I think all the Dragon Rulers can come back, and I don't think they're going to take over the game or anything. Colossus, no. Okay. We were doing good Not a big fan of Colossus coming back. You can pretty much go into a 1-card Colossus with one of the Nemesis cards, I think. There's some kind of thing. Or it's a Thunder card and it activates in hand, so that fulfills all the conditions for Colossus. Don't like, again, kind of going back to the design philosophy thing, I don't like these cards that fulfill multiple roles where they have insane offensive and defensive pressure at the same time. And Colossus is a floodgate, which, if you look right here, and at the last ban list, we're hitting floodgates, but now we're bringing back a floodgate that can also protect itself, which is the craziest thing to me. If it didn't have the protection effect, I think I'd be cooler with Colossus, but I don't like it, although that's kind of just a personal thing for me, so I don't think that's going to warp the meta or anything, but I do think you may see, maybe once Snake Eye Fire King is gone, you're going to see some combo decks just splashing some stuff, just to end on a Colossus on top of everything else they already have. Kieran, that's cool. Chicken Game, I don't love that card either, but I'm fine with it. Anti-Spell, hitting even more floodgates, which again is just interesting to me that they're bringing back 2 monster-based floodgates here, and just hitting the spell trap ones when the spell trap ones are easier to out, in my opinion, than the monster ones. But cool with Anti-Spell going to 1. I guess that makes Pendulum a little bit more scary in theory, but still don't think Pendulum is going to do that much. So yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 6 on the limits. Not bad, because I definitely don't like Protoss and I definitely don't like Colossus. Move on to the semi-limits. Okay, Armageddon Knight. Was this at 3 or was this at 1? I think this was at 1. I'm cool with that coming to 2. Pearly Delicious Memory. Again, I can't remember. I think this was at 1. Or it was at 3. Either way, I'm cool with it. I don't think semi-limits do too much. And let's jump into the unlimits. Excuse me. Okay, cover card Malicious. Yeah, I don't know. At first glance, this is another one of those that I don't really like. I thought Malicious at the semi-limited list was a good spot for it, but I think that's more of a personal thing. I'm not really a big fan of Hero Combo or Dark Synchro that this was played in a lot, but I don't think this is a problem at all. So, hopefully you Hero players are happy with this, getting a little bit of a new toy back, and I think that's totally fine. Orcust Harp Horror, same thing. That probably could have come back a while ago. Don't think Orcust is really going to do anything here, but cool for the Orcust players, for you guys. Speedroid Terratop, that's a little bit scary because I kind of jumped in the format before Zodiac went crazy, and it gives me a little bit of PTSD, even though I did like that format. But I think it's probably fine. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's insane that you can do with it, although I'm sure there are some good combos. And Speedroid is a capable deck on its own, certainly. And okay, that's really cool. I wish I had a face cam on so you guys could kind of see the facial reaction there. Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage. Obviously, y'all know that's my favorite deck of all time, and I love having more of it to play and more engages. The thing is, though, I don't actually think this is going to do anything meta-wise. Sky Striker is only really, in my opinion, ever going to show up as kind of like a blind second type thing. And because just going first, even with 3 engage, I mean, your turn is Shizuku Pass, and going second, putting yourself at a disadvantage playing into boards is always going to be tough. So I'm definitely very, very happy to see this, but I have no expectations at all of Sky Striker being a playable deck in the meta outside of just, very far rogue status. So cool for me if I want to go play it at a locals, though. So they must have done that just for me. So cool. All in all, I don't think this is a bad ban list. It's kind of clear to me they didn't really want to hit too much of the Snake Eye Fire King, maybe because it was so expensive to grab, I don't know, or we want some more time with it. But yeah, I guess I would say this is like a fine ban list. I don't really feel either way about it. I don't think it's enough to get me to jump back in very heavily into the modern game, but yeah, I guess we'll call it there. Just fine, like 5 out of 10. And let me know what you guys think. Let me see if I'm completely wrong. Maybe there's some crazy combo with Terratop. Maybe I'm underrating Sky Striker a lot. Again, it's been a while since I played modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So, and that'll be that. That's my live ban list reaction. Just a couple more minutes, I guess I can talk. We can scroll through some of these replies here. Yeah. So channel update. I am going to be changing the name of the channel. I'll probably do that either like today or tomorrow, either as this video uploads or afterwards. This channel is going to be JP Yugioh instead. That's just my initials with Yugioh at the end. And the most exciting update is, as of next Friday, we are going to start having consistent content on this channel, which is super cool. I'm super excited for it. We're starting with a video that I actually kind of wrote the script for in 2023 towards the end of it. So may seem a little bit outdated at that point, but a lot of work went into it and I do really like how it looks. So definitely still want to upload that. And then the Friday afterwards, so like the end of April Friday, we're going to start with our first new series on this channel, which I don't want to spoil it, but I did have a lot of fun doing that video. And then every Friday we're going to have one new video, plus some other uploads here and there if we have things to react to, like a ban list. And I may start some other stuff too. But yeah, that's the big update. Gonna rebrand here, and next Friday, look forward to it. Gonna start having some consistent content. So, with that said, I am gonna get out of here. I hope all of you guys have a fantastic day. Of course, let me know in the comments what you think about this ban list, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.